Who inherits Queen Elizabeth's insane jewellery collection? From Camilla, Queen Consort, to Princess Charlotte, the women of the royal family honoured the Queen on September 19th with jewellery, many of which were gifts from the Queen's personal collection. Meghan wore a pair of pearl and diamond drop earrings that were a gift from the Queen on the occasion of their first joint engagement together in 2018. The same year, Meghan married into the family. Kate Middleton wore a pearl choker that once belonged to Her late Majesty. According to the Daily Express, the lion's share of the Queen's extensive jewellery collection will be given to Kate, the new Princess of Wales, but Camilla will have first dibs. According to the Express, the late monarch owned an extraordinary collection of jewellery worth billions of pounds. They then wrote, "With her passing, these will now be inherited by the women who follow on the throne and other members of the royal family. While Camilla is the current Queen Consort, Kate will take her place in due time." Everything, right down to the plans for her jewellery, was sorted and organised by the Queen some time ago, according to Majesty Magazine Editor-in-Chief Ingrid Seward. She then shared, "I imagine Her late Majesty's personal jewellery will be given to various members of the family, the Princess of Wales as the future Queen receiving the lion's share. Some pieces will remain for use by the reigning monarch's wife, in this case Camilla," Seward says. "She will need a large collection to support her constitutional role." Meanwhile, royal expert Katie Nicholl explained that, again in typical royal fashion, there is a hierarchy in all this. She said, "The Queen Consort really gets the first choice of the Queen's jewellery, and after that is Princess of Wales. Of course, Kate, the Duchess of Sussex, I'm sure will come in for some jewellery at some point, but she is much further down the pecking order." The necklace Kate wore to the Queen's funeral was loaned to her by the Queen for the first time in 2017 and was a piece commissioned by the Queen using pearls, given to Her late Majesty by the Japanese government following Her late Majesty's first state visit to Japan in 1975. According to the Express, pearls are often referred to as a mourning jewellery, a tradition said to date back to Queen Victoria's era. Camilla wore her Hess Diamond Jubilee brooch to Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, which features diamonds in the shape of an open heart and 2 sapphire pendants. Charlotte, who was only 7 years old at the time, paid tribute to the Queen through her jewellery. Her great-grandmother had given her a small diamond horseshoe brooch, a nod to Her late Majesty's lifelong love of horses. But jewelleries are not the only thing that is in line for inheritance. The Queen inherited jewels, land deeds, castles, and a lot of money from her family. Among these is Balmoral Castle, one of the Queen's favourite homes, where she spent her summers and died. She also had a home in Sandringham, where the family gathered during the holidays. The new owners of these lands are unknown, but the estate may pass to the Queen's youngest children, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, or Prince Edward. The Crown's wealth is passed down directly to the throne's successor, Charles III. The Crown Estate, a collection of properties and land spread across the United Kingdom, now belongs to the eldest son of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. These include Buckingham Palace, the Duchy of Cornwall, Kensington Palace, and the estate of the Crown of Scotland. The King also inherited the Sovereign Grant, which is the salary of the King or Queen for their role. According to Forbes, the Queen earns around $98 million per year. Aside from all of the property, King Charles now owns all of the United Kingdom's swans, whales, and dolphins, as these species are considered Crown property. There's also the Privy Purse. The Queen's Privy Purse is essentially a portfolio of properties and assets that have been held in trust since the 14th century and provide the Majesty with private income from the Duchy of Lancaster. A statement on the Duchy of Lancaster website reads, "At the end of March 2022, the Duchy of Lancaster had $652.8 million of net assets under its control, delivering a net surplus of $24 million. These take the form of property and financial assets. The net assets aren't paid directly to the Queen, but the $24 million in excess funds are. This funding is taxed and is used mainly to cover expenses not already covered by the Sovereign Grant." When the Queen Mother died in 2002, Her Majesty also inherited nearly $70 million, which included investments in paintings, a stamp collection, fine china, jewels, horses, and even a valuable Fabergé egg collection. The collection includes paintings by Monet, Nash, and Carl Fabergé. There is a special legal provision in place that exempts the Queen from paying inheritance tax on her mother's estate. This provision will also apply to Prince Charles. As agreed with the former Prime Minister, John Major, in 1993, inheritance from sovereign to sovereign is exempt from the 40% inheritance tax, preventing the royal family's wealth from eroding. While Queen Elizabeth's will is widely speculated, there is no way of knowing who each item belongs to. While wills are open to the public in the United Kingdom, there are safeguards in place for a variety of people, including the royal family. For example, 90 years must pass since Prince Philip's death in order for these documents to be released. A similar clause is expected in the case of the Queen. This practice has a long history, dating back to the 1900s when Queen Mary of Teck requested that the will of royalty be kept private. People will eventually notice which descendants of the Queen have inherited her jewellery, and these items will be used in official events.